Hi folks, this is HisDad. Welcome back to the bar. We're going to talk shop today. We're going to talk about some mistakes that we make when we have our home bars. This bourbon bar's got over 200 bottles of bourbon in it, not to mention all the other bottles of gin and vodka and mixers and all the liqueurs that you have to have a bar to be functional. But to have a bar that tailors you, you're going to have certain things up there. On this side, I've got maybe 25 bottles of Jack Daniels. All of them are different, and we make mistakes. But before we go any further, let's do a shout out real quick to one of our brothers in the bourbon community. He's got his own bar up in North Idaho. He's going through it today. There's some dark clouds over his lake, and he just wants to know that we're behind him, and we are behind him, because tomorrow might just all be sunshine and daisies, brother. So, hey, be positive. Do something adventurous out at the lake. We love you. Have a glass of coffee and maybe skip the bourbon till tomorrow. But anyway, this applies to you too, Brother Aaron, so stay tuned, okay? I, just like everybody else, want an appealing bar. I want it to look great. And, I'm one of those guys that when you walk into my bar, you're going to see Transformers. You're going to see Super Nintendos. My childhood blends in with my bar. And with it, sometimes I want my bar to look really pretty. And so I will buy a bottle based on its look. I'll watch a review. I want to make sure that the profile hits me, because I've done some single malt mistakes. I've done some Texas bourbon mistakes, or Texas whiskey, let's just call it that. I get into Penelope for the peas. But you get into a bottle that just looks really pretty. And you say to yourself, wow, that really looks good. It's so nice. It's only $48. Why not pull the trigger on that? Well, in Washington State, 48 becomes 57. I was traveling through Oregon, and I noticed that we're the different one. In Oregon for $48, which this Penelope is, I can go get a bottle of Rare Breed. Why wouldn't I? I know Rare Breed. I know it's in there. So, but you know what? For the peas, because I got the bottle of Architect over there. This here is the straight bourbon whiskey. So I said, hey, they look great, but you got to drink the shit. So I did. I opened it up. I drank it a little bit. I went, Now, if you own a bar, and I know a lot of you guys out there do, some of you it's just the wall right behind your kitchen table. Some of you it's just a bookshelf right now. Some of you, like me, it's an entire section of your house that has its own little door, has its own little windows, has its own couches and everything like that. It's got its own entertainment center. You know that your bar's real estate, it probably is more expensive than your house per square foot, and because you measure this shit by the square inch. And I'm telling you what, when you get stupid bottles like and people love to hate Willet. Willet pot still is not shit. It's not crap. It is fine whiskey. It's just a pain in the ass. You feel like you get caught up in $69, and that's part of what we're talking about today. A fine bottle does not make a fine whiskey, but you should have a benchmark. And in my life, benchmark has always been Wild Turkey 101. So if you have a fine bourbon outlet, I say that with a wink. Did you see that? They'll let you taste some bottles. And sometimes just say, hey, can I crack that against a Wild Turkey 101? And I do that with just about everything I have. Now, I don't want everything to taste like Wild Turkey 101. It just better give me that, yes, everything came together feeling that Wild Turkey 101 has. You got people that swear on Bullet. I can't do it. It just isn't a profile that I enjoy. I have it for those that come by. I've got it in bourbon. I got it in rye. A lot of people like larceny. They say if you don't like that, you don't like wheat. Well, but then I like Weller. It's just not my jam, certain things. So tell yourself, compare it to certain things. Like, why do I compare things to Wild Turkey 101? In my ridiculous market of alcohol in Washington State, I could still get a bottle, and that's a liter. I can get a 1.75 still, which I have down there, right over there. And I can still get the 750. I can still get the 375 or So why do we do Wild Turkey? Because it's really, really cheap. It's $28 for the liter. It's like $32 for the 175. And that's not bad, and it is so good. So what do you say when somebody says, hey man, it's only $48? Is it any good? This? No. When compared to Wild Turkey, no. And what I did was, the day I bought this, I wanted it to taste good. I wanted it to be cool and fit on my bar and look so good next to another Penelope bottle with those big P's. So when I opened it and I tasted it, I said, yeah, that's fine. And then one day I was drinking some Wild Turkey. I popped that open and I said, I haven't even gotten below the neck yet. And it just tastes trash. Now, is it trash? No. But when compared to a Wild Turkey, yes. Weird how things work, right? But don't be like me, okay? Don't go out there and I mean, literally, honestly, if you're a bar owner like I am out there, Aaron, you know what I'm talking about. All you other guys out there, look at your bar. Count the bottles that you don't drink. Count the bottles that you bought simply because they were pretty, and when you opened them up, they ended up becoming stinkers. You knew better. Maybe you're a Knob Creek 9 person like I am too. Or maybe you're a Maker's Mark, cast strength. Or you're an Elijah Craig barrel proof. Or a Jack Daniels barrel proof person. Single barrel proof person. You know what you like. And then when you run off and you buy some bullshit for the bar for the sake of prettying it up, that's why our wives hate us sometimes, because we fuck shit up. But I'm talking to all the bourbon ladies out there too. I'm sure your bar is just filled with some trash bottles as well. So put it in the comments if you have a bottle in your bar that you're disgusted by looking at every time. Oh, Jefferson's, I can't stand it. Every time I see my bottles. Oh, or Long Branch. Anyway, this is HisDad saying, I love you. Bye now.